we are, Wednesday the 14th of March. It's race week. Barcelona Marathon on the weekend. I fly out on Friday. I take a train to Manchester Airport in the morning, fly out around 1:50 in the afternoon. If everything goes to plan, I'm pretty certain it's going to get delayed or something. It always seems to happen when I travel from Manchester for some reason. But yeah, I am just literally going through my suitcase now, a little bit early on Wednesday, just packing little bits and bobs to see what I can fit in, seeing how much food I can take with me, but obviously no liquids. So when I get over there, I'll be buying things like apple juice and things like that. I'll buy some honey and jam. I'll just show you quickly what I've got so far. I actually don't know what I'm wearing fully for race day yet. I know that's just silly, but I'm just in two minds on which shorts to use. I know what shoes I'm using. I've got my socks and I've got my singlet, but yeah, two Adidas shorts. I don't know whether to go for the Adizeros or the ones that are Terex. They're just a little bit different in material and pocket space for all my items that I'm taking, so I'll decide later on. But yeah, Adidas Pro 4s. I've actually washed them. You know it's business when I wash my shoes, because I hardly ever do, but they had a bit of mud on them from when I used them. I've not done a long run in these. I know that sounds crazy, but I've worn it for a long session and I think it's gonna be fine. Yeah, I've got some pots of porridge that I'm taking. I don't really like porridge, but it's my backup if I can't find the bread I want, and I don't have a toaster either, so I might end up having this for breakfast. I've been training all the long runs using rice pudding as my breakfast for race day and things. I realised rice pudding is sort of classed as a over 100ml liquid food item, and I don't think they accept cans. So yeah, I'm not going to risk trying to find a low-fat rice pudding running around from supermarket to supermarket in Barcelona. Just forget it. I'll go back to either oats or toast, jam, breads, bananas, stuff like that. Nothing wrong with oats, I just don't enjoy eating oats, so that's my backup. I've got some oat pots. I've got some saurine stuff. I know a lot of people talk about saurine, and this is what I'm going to be travelling with. So a really high carbohydrate packed snack that you can easily take on the go. And I've obviously got rice crackers. I'm a massive fan of rice crackers. So all this sort of stuff is for travelling on the Friday, so I can do my carb load on the travel day really, which is Friday, because that's my biggest mistake for Valencia, because it was more like a holiday comeback race. I wasn't really planning much. I didn't really carb load at all. I did the opposite really, faffing around trying to do stuff and not really planning food. So yeah, we did the opposite. This time everything needs to be well, definitely at least some bloody structure to it. So yeah, I'm going to do my carb load while I'm travelling. I'm actually going to cook. The sun is on my face. I'm going to move. The weather is absolutely mad. It's been hailstorm this morning. Cold, rain, hailstorm. Now it looks like summer. Yeah, so what was I saying? Yeah, I'm going to cook some food on Thursday, tomorrow night, and then I'm going to put them in boxes to take with me as I'm travelling to the Manchester Airport, just so I've got a meal, a rice meal, which I've been doing. I'll probably take 2 meals, just so I don't have to worry about trying to find something to eat, because there's nothing worse travelling like these airports and train stations, and you just look around and the food is exactly like, it's all junk, and it's just, you're going to be hard pressed to find something good. So I'm just going to take 2 boxes of food I've already cooked. Beta fuel gels in this little bag thing. Good shout, Linda. Thank you for telling me about these travel bags. Apparently these are accepted and you actually can store more in them. Travel approved, and yeah, I've got all my gels in there. Little bit wary about these beta fuel gels, because I know somebody from Sheffield who ran last year in December the Pisa Marathon in Italy, and he flew from Gatwick Airport, and something about these specific gels, that the packaging the foil or something didn't allow them to scan. So they took them all off him. They threw them all away. So I did put a post on Instagram asking if anyone had flown through Manchester Airport using the Cis beta gels. Some people said they did. So I'm hoping the scanner in Manchester is fine and they don't throw them away, because that would be quite disastrous. I'm travelling light. This is the first time I've travelled for a race abroad. I've done quite a few races abroad, but I've always had the checked-in luggage. This one I'm restricted to just a little suitcase and a rucksack. I'll be taking my laptop, that goes in the rucksack, and the meals, and just bits of food really that I'm going to have for my carb load on Friday. Friday's really the most important day, I think, because it's the travel day. Because I know once I get to Barcelona and I'm all settled, Saturday will be fine. I'll be just chilling and I'll know when to eat, what to do, and I'll have gone to the supermarket, got all the stuff I need. But it's the Friday that's the one that you really need to be organised with. I've got the last session really of the whole build. I'm talking about like 4k marathon pace and a few strides, and that's it. And yeah, for the rest of the week I might just rest until Saturday and do a shakeout, and that's it. I don't want to do too much. I'll talk about the training a little bit later, overview of it all, where I think I am, what time I think I'm going to run, and yeah, and we'll get into that. Done a bit of tempo running, like steady, not marathon pace. Couldn't really hit it, to be honest. Tried, but it felt too hard, so, which is normal for taper week. You do feel a bit sluggish. I'm going to do some strides now, just a few, and then we're finished. Very short session really, and then that's the last session. The next run, I don't think I'm going to go tomorrow. I think I'm just going to do a little shakeout maybe in Barcelona. I'll get these strides done quickly, and then that's it. Signed off. Ooh. Strides done. Last session of the marathon build done. Can't believe it. It's all done and dusted. Oh, the weather is absolutely mental here. In the space of that short run, grey clouds, hail, ice cold rain, really strong winds, really nice blue clear skies, nice sun, absolutely madness. Barcelona, when I land, looks like it's going to be quite cold and raining, so that temperature looks like England. About 10 degrees rain, so yeah, not really warm in Barca at the moment, which is weird because last week it had 15-16 degrees sun, so that's changing quite rapidly. I told you about the weather outside, it's crazy, just chucking it down with hail like a storm. I've just got back while I was on that run. I've just got the email from Barcelona Marathon, and they have given me my bib number, which is 5656, quite a nice little easy to remember number. Just got to pick it up at the expo. It's very similar to Valencia. Going to try and go on the Friday night if I can. If I can't, I'll do Saturday morning. I'll have a little study of the race guide and things, because I've not really looked at the course really. I roughly know, but I need to look at where the funnels are and things. Probably do it on the plane or something. It's all getting close, the excitement's building. So while I'm here, let's talk about the training. I'll sum it up. Quite a short build, 11 weeks. I did 11 weeks because that's all the time I had. I didn't want to rush back into training after Valencia so much. I sort of had a good time off. I could have done Manchester and got a lot more training in. If you've been following the channel, you'll know that I've had a bit of help with the planning of the sessions. A runner called Fraser Carr. It's been good. I've enjoyed it. Definitely very different to what I normally do, the sessions. Had a lot of sort of thresholdy, tempo-y sessions. There would have been a lot more stuff like speed reps and stuff at the start of the build, but obviously, again, 11 weeks is not that massive, so it was a shortened down, condensed version, and then always a long run as your sort of second session of the week, with pacing in. I wanted to throw a few park runs in there, mainly because I didn't have any official races booked in. Yeah, I was 20 minutes 01 when I started to run again, so I couldn't even break 20 minutes back then. Now I've got it down to 18:43. That was my last park run, but that was in it was in a big training week, a lot of fatigue, and it was a few weeks ago. I really wanted to do one last week, the Saturday just gone, but I decided not to do that just in case it would ruin the taper. But I think I'd fall around 18:30 at the moment, which is not a bad time to go into a 5k, a marathon sub-3 effort. I know it doesn't translate to a marathon, but it's the best I had without planning a race in. Training was good. I did mess up the last few weeks, and that was my fault, because two things really. First one, I messed up because I got all these notes through and sessions to change and things, and I must have been out of the house travelling or something, or busy with Hugo, and I thought, oh yeah, I'll go back to the spreadsheet and update the last few taper weeks, and then change all the sessions and the recommendations. And I never did it. I completely forgot about the email. I forgot about changing everything. Yeah, so I did mess up big time, but it's done now, and there's no point dwelling on that. As long as I recover this last week, it should be all right. But yeah, another issue that happened was just life issues. When it was the week I was supposed to taper, it was ending up being the highest mileage week, because I had a flood in the kitchen on a weekend, and it ruined that weekend. Biggest long run, the hardest long run, the most sort of important long run. I pushed it onto the Monday because I just had no sleep on that weekend and a lot of stress from the flood. Everything was hectic, and I ended up doing the long run, the massive monster session on the Monday, so it actually counted that week. So technically I did 2 long runs in 7 days in one training week. It should have been a taper week. It was a terrible long run if you saw the video. Didn't go to plan the last few weeks, but look, it is what it is. Like I say, I don't want to pile too much pressure on my shoulders. I'm just going to enjoy the process. That's one thing I've learned over the summer break I had, it was to just enjoy the process of everything and don't stress over too much. I'm sort of thinking on that mentality again, not worrying about like if I don't get a sub-3. Obviously it hurts on the day and you get emotional because you put all these weeks of training in. I mean, I've been chasing this for over 3 years, so of course it's going to hurt. In the time when it's raw it does, but when you reflect on things, you just have to remind yourself that it is just a hobby, and it is really supposed to be fun. So, enjoy the process, have a good laugh with it. So, can I go for a sub-3? Well, here's the thing. On paper, I think I'm going to come very close. Very close. Here's the thing. I think I'm in better shape than Valencia, and I predicted I'd run around a 3:03. On the day I ran 3:04, but there was some problems in there with the weather. It was hotter than I imagined it was going to be. Didn't sleep at all on the Friday evening, and yeah, it was just a bit of a washout, the build up to that. No carb load or anything. So yeah, so I'm in better shape than Valencia, I think. I'm thinking I'm going to come very close to 3 again, on paper. That's on paper. On race day it can be very different, and anything can happen, but anything can happen. So I am going to go there and change this mindset of on paper and all this stuff. I am going to be like getting into Barcelona thinking I am going to run a sub-3. I'm gearing myself up mentally to run a sub-3. That's what I'm going there for. That's what I'm going to try and do. And that's what I'm going to be thinking on the start line. Trust me. So that's my prediction. Realistically, maybe 3:01 again. 3:01, 3:02. Which is still a great time, but it's not the one that we want. If everything goes well, I honestly think I can have a bit of race day magic and come under 3. It's like a coin flip, really, and I just hope I land on the side that takes me under 3. So yeah, I'm going to wrap this up and start the carb load tomorrow. All right, I'll catch you in a bit. Was it a tractor? Yeah, we saw a tractor, didn't we? Come on then, let's go home. Thursday, carb loading day. Fly out tomorrow. I was going to run today, get a final easy run, but I think I'm just going to leave it and run in Barcelona on the Saturday as the final shakeout. Carb loading today, as I said, first day of it, and yeah, that's about it really. So I'm going to sign off. Hope it all goes well, but if not, you know, I'll be right back there. So yeah, catch you later. I'll see you soon. Come on then, let's go. Come on. It's froze. I'm going to go get it. Right, see you later.